good morning, good morning. Thank you for coming to see about your girl CC, which is me. I'm out here this morning on my way to work. This the last day to tidy it up. That's about it. I ain't gonna be here at work all day. Clean up a little something, finish a little something here, there. We have to go back today. This is the last day though. Yeah. If y'all in my field, y'all know and y'all understand. And the system. It's so hot out here. I think it's gonna. In the midst of her story, she also was telling us about her elements. But anyway, okay, what's going on? Shoot. And she was talking about the parasites in your body, stuff like that. Um, Everything, your heart is the most important thing and stuff like that. If you got worries and heartaches and pains and this thing, it affect a lot of arteries in your body. Anyway, so long so short. So she started talking about trauma, definitely about trauma and stuff. You know what? I'm gonna give up, but I'm sorry. She definitely was talking about trauma and everything and stuff like that. And she was like, what got me was she was like, you already had trauma in your life, and then you had trauma in your life, and then you had trauma in your life already, and then you end up getting with somebody that probably also had trauma in their life when they was younger and stuff. So y'all two trauma people together, and then y'all end up having a trauma baby. And I thought that was just so funny. But all your life, your family or your kids don't understand about your trauma, but here don't understand about your trauma, but you have to explain to them how they got their trauma. Because I had trauma, and I met your daddy, and he was already full with trauma. You understand what I'm saying? That's what they were saying, that you have to you explain it and stuff like that. So I thought that, and I was like, you know what? That's something to think about and stuff like that, because your kids are one of, well, dang, why mama always act like this, and why mama always say this and this and that and the other. It's the lack of old trauma. You know what I'm saying? That we probably didn't discuss and talk about to them. You know, to spare them. So. But I know I told my I share, a little trauma with my girls, as they got older and stuff in life, and as I got older in life and stuff, and I felt comfortable of explaining it and talking to them about it. That's another thing too. When people got trauma in their life or had trauma, I think it's when they're ready and they feel comfortable about talking and sharing it with their loved ones, because they just couldn't in the blue just up and talk about their trauma, like that, especially when something really, really devastating happened to them in their life. That's how I felt, and that's what I did with my family when I felt comfortable about talk about my trauma. And I think when I talked about my trauma, it was when something was happening then, or what something or somebody was saying something then, for me to say, okay, here go, I'm finna talk about my trauma. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna let it out. So I think that's when I first started talking about my trauma in my life. It had to be a conversation that was said, or somebody did something, and I automatically start talking about my trauma and my life story. But anyway, Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, back to that, you never know what people going through, at the day-to-day basis and stuff like that. Like I said, if it could be kind to somebody, I consider it, lend your hands make a difference today. Make a difference to somebody, because anything you do, I say it could go a long way with somebody. It could go a long way, a long way. Okay, it's 6:08. They told us to be at 6 o'clock. Ain't nobody here but me and another coworker just pulled up here. So I started getting hungry. I know I'm gonna go in here, find the juice or something like that, but yeah. And some people's trauma is, oh, I know it's worse than the other people's trauma. Some people feel like, their trauma is, worse than other people's too. Trauma is trauma. You know what I'm saying? Trauma is trauma. But some trauma, I mean, it really take people out. It really, put a toll on their brain and their mind, and yeah, hmm take them other kind of directions in life and stuff. You know, mm, mm, my trauma, my trauma, I'm just thinking, I used to think, I'm glad that, my trauma and me on the streets, drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. But trauma is trauma. You know what I'm saying? I think I handle trauma in another way of life and stuff. I don't know. Examples and stuff like I said, maybe being, I don't know. uh, uh, Back to the heart. I think, you know what, and I'm having this conversation with my mom later on that, just trauma and trauma. And let's go back to the heart. The heart. I think my trauma is trying to, after everything that happened in my life, I grew up as trying to be hard and protecting my heart. I don't know if that y'all understand what I'm trying to say. Do anybody understand that? Of growing up, trying to protect my heart and being hard in life on relationship. And I can see at the points of my time. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, ain't nobody finna hurt me no more. Especially not no man, no nigga, stuff like that. I Now I think what I'm thinking and sitting here, like I said, it was all about the heart. It's all about the heart. It's all about protecting the heart. The heart, the heart, heart. And yeah, I'm just sitting here thinking, I could relate, to some of the points of life that when I was, and growing up, and starting a relationship and stuff, it was all about that. Like, oh, I used to be so nasty, and oh, I was just like reckless in relationships. I had no guidance, looking for acceptance and stuff, maybe. And I was like, I just said myself, thinking like, it was all about guarding the heart. You know what I'm saying? It was all about guarding the heart. say be to work at 6 o'clock. It's just 12. It's hot out here today. I don't know when it's gonna rain. The cloud, the clouds do look dark. The cloud, the clouds do look dark and stuff, but I don't know. See a little flow, a little traffic passing by, not too much. Guess people have to get to work today. Another morning. It is June, another month. What plans y'all have? I know I gotta lose some weight. Try to start my journey. Yo. I don't know, y'all. I might try to take me a nap and go back to sleep until they pull it up and stuff. So I might talk to y'all. I'm gonna see y'all later. I'm gonna see y'all a little later. If I don't see y'all a little later and stuff like that, I hope y'all have a good, blessed Monday morning. And go wherever you go at. Say the devil is a liar. Oh, that's what I meant to say. Because I was on that. That's what it was. I said, because I went to church yesterday. Let me pick it back on that. So it was a good day and stuff like that. That service was good back. So on the service part. But anyway, so I had went up there for prayer. Because she was like, if anybody want healing in their body, come up for prayer. So I had already told my daughter that I was gonna go for a prayer, up for prayer, yesterday morning and stuff, for stuff. And then when she called, and one of those was healing. So when she confirmed and said that what she was praying for, specified for, I went up there. And I tell you, and other things too, she prayed for me. Then another young man came by. Them, okay, put it like this. Some churches, y'all know if y'all been in, okay, you got the pastor might pray for you and stuff like that. Then you have his prayer warriors. I will call they're called his prayer warriors. So one of his warriors, the dude came up to me, he started praying to me and whispered in my ear. He hit it on the nail. I mean, when first thing came out of his mouth, he started saying what I was concerned about and was asking and worrying God about. And he told me that God said, don't worry about it. Da 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 da. You understand what I'm saying? The ones that is the spiritual realm, you know what I'm talking about. I was like, I couldn't do nothing but cry and rejoice. And I was like, oh my God. And I told my daughter, the one who go with church with me. I was like, oh my God. He just testified and you know, so what? I was asking, talking to the Lord about. And that was a mind blowing and stuff like that because nobody know what I was praying about. I don't discuss nothing to nobody in church, about this and that and the other. And I was like, oh my God. Thank you, Lord. Yes, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Yes, Lord. But anyway, I'm finna take a nap, y'all. And I'll see y'all later.